Hi my spiritual family, I am evethemedium and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel and you're interested in developing your spiritual gifts, I invite you to subscribe below and also click the notification bell to be notified when any of my new videos are up. Today's video is the English version of my previous video of why you should ask and why you should not ask of your deceased family members. So stay with me. Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I will be referring to our familiar spirits, meaning our deceased family members, while we should not ask of those spirits. As I mentioned in my previous video, hearing clients that tell me, I work with my family spirits, meaning I work spiritually with my grandmother, with my uncle, with my mother, and something you need to understand. These spirits, meaning the spirits of our deceased family members, have not fully evolved yet. They are still evolving. They are still learning. These are not high elevated spirits. Just because someone passes away and crosses into the light does not mean that you can petition them to work with them, to do spiritual work. Unless this person, when they were here on earth, they were either a spiritual healer, spiritual worker, or were initiated in some kind of a spiritual path. That is the only way that you can ask them for advice, not petition them to work with them. You may ask them for advice. On Monday, when you take care of your ancestors, you do your prayers and you ask for their blessing. This is what you need to do. Ask for the blessing for yourself. Ask for the blessing for your family. And if you have any questions in regards to the work that you're doing, to the spiritual work that you're doing, then you ask that particular family member. But there's a lot of people confused when it comes to our ancestors, our deceased family members. They believe that just because this person has crossed over, they have all the knowledge. And it's not that way. I mentioned this in another video. If that person did not have any knowledge of finances, do not ask the spirit for advice. Now, if you had a family member that was initiated or practiced some spiritual path, then you may ask them for advice, and that family spirit will come into your dreams and answer your question. But I am telling you, I have heard this so many times, people telling me, oh, I work with the spirit of my grandmother, or I speak to the spirit of my mother. They do not allow that spirit to elevate. I know when somebody passes away in our family, we mourn, we grieve, we are hurting. And we're speaking to that spirit on a daily basis. It happened to me when my mother passed away. And the damage that we do to that spirit, it's terrible. Because we are not allowing that soul to depart from this physical world. Their time here was done. They need to cross over. They need to evolve. That is the only way they can help us, by evolving and acquiring more knowledge. That way, when we have a question, they can come to us in our dreams and guide us and help us. And help us with any family problems that we have, which should be the number one thing that we should petition our deceased family members. When I serve my family members on Mondays, meaning my deceased family members, what I do is I ask them for their blessing, I ask them for their guidance, and if there is anything that they can share with me to help me in this physical world, then I ask them to share that with me. But the most that I ask of them is for their blessing. I ask my father for his blessing and other family members that have crossed over, but those who I had a good relationship with. You understand? Because another mistake that a lot of people make is because someone has passed away. We think that everyone that passes away, after they pass away, they're good. They become a good person. They could be the most horrible person here on earth. Something I've learned from working with the spirits for so many years is that if somebody was bad here, they're still bad on the other side. Because they are evolving, they are growing, they are shedding all that negativity. They still have to reincarnate and make up for all the wrong they have done. If someone did not love you in the physical world, they are not going to listen to you. The animosity is still there that existed here in the physical world between you and that person. Now, if that spirit has repented, they will come to you in your dreams and let you know. You see? And they will also let you know that they're going to help you in whatever way they choose to help you. Because when they help us, they are helping themselves evolve and grow. So again, you must be very, extremely careful on what you ask your deceased family members. There's a lot of people that I've heard of that also do spiritual work on the ancestors' table, on the ancestors' altar. And that is a no-no. That altar, the ancestors' altar, is meant for prayer. Also to help you develop your connection with your spiritual guides, with our family spirits, meaning those guides that walked with our family spirits that are also here to help us. You do not need so many stuff on your ancestors' altar. All you need is a goblet of water and a white candle. And if you choose to offer them some white flowers, do so. Or whatever color flowers they used to like. But this is your connection. Through the ancestors' altar is your connection with your ancestors. And also with your family spirits, meaning your spiritual guides and your protecting spirits. So you do not go to your family members and complain and complain and complain and complain. You're keeping them here, anchored here to the physical world. And their time here was done. Their journey here was done. There are some people that will complain and complain and complain. I mean, they left this world. Let them be. Let them grow. Let them learn from their mistakes so they can help you. But some people do call on their family members and complain about another family member. And they feel that spirit with so much anger and hate towards that family member. And that spirit will create chaos in that person's life. But at the same time, it will create chaos in your life. Because if you keep holding on to someone that passed, someone close to you that passed from your family, and you're constantly speaking to them on a daily basis. So-and-so did this to me. You're setting yourself back, but you're also setting that soul back. And you're creating problems for that person. But there will come a time where that soul will realize that you're playing with them. Whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, an uncle, whoever it is. And they will come back to you to get answers. And another thing that a lot of people do not know is that when you keep the energy of someone that has passed away in your home, you start experiencing financial lack, health issues, emotional issues, spiritual issues, family issues. You will feel completely drained because you have that spirit attached to you. Pray for them so they can evolve, so they can go into the light. You can do the rosary. You can do the Lord's Prayer. Any prayer that you wish to offer them. But do not petition them to hurt somebody else. This is the whole basis of this video. A lot of people are using their deceased family members to go against another family member. And their life is a mess. Totally going backwards. Everything going wrong in their life. And what do? They blame somebody else. They will say, oh, I think this person's working on me. I think this person's hurting me. This person hates me. This person is destroying my life. No, you are destroying your own life by keeping their soul anchored here in the physical world, by sending out all this negative thoughts, all this negative energy, by cursing this person. You are only destroying yourself. You are only hurting yourself. Yes, that person may experience a little negativity here and there, but that person still has their protecting spirits around them. And if at any time they tell that soul that you sent to their house, time to go, you no longer belong here, because a lot of those souls are not aware. Since you have not let them cross over, they are not aware that they're dead. And once you tell them, hey, you don't belong here no more. You're not alive. You're dead. You need to go. Where do you think that spirit is going to go? That soul. Back to who sent them. And you're going to start experiencing chaos in your life. And then it's up to you. You figure out how to detach that spirit from you. Because sometimes it can become very attached. When I speak to my father, I do not complain. I ask for his blessing. My ancestors, I ask for their blessings. That is it. Do not mess with what you do not know. This can be extremely dangerous to you and your family, because the consequences of your actions are yours. But there are some people out there that are so filled with anger and hate and jealousy that they start doing the wrong thing. And they bring this whole tsunami of negative energy upon them. Whatever you do to others, especially to your family members, you're doing it to yourself. They're your blood. So do not petition, do not ask your deceased family members, whoever it is, to go hurt somebody else. Look into your life, analyze your life, and ask them to help you become a better person. That they can do. Help me change my ways. Since you're in the world of truth right now, help me see things clearly. Help me find my truth. Did you know that when you pray good for others, you are praying good for yourself, and you will attract good to yourself? These souls, these spirits had enough in this physical world. God knows what they went through. And you're adding more to them. You're continuing to add the hate, the anger, all those negative emotions which they are trying to shed in the spiritual world. They crossed over. When somebody crosses over, what they're looking for is to let go, shed the negativity, evolve, grow, renew themselves. So when they reincarnate, they do not have to go through whatever they went through already in this physical realm. Do not make it worse for those that have crossed over, for your family members. You are hurting them. Ask for their blessing. Ask for their guidance. Ask for their teaching in whatever area they had knowledge. Ask them to teach you that. Ask them to watch over you, because our family members that have crossed over, that have passed, can protect us. They can protect you, your children, your family, and help you with whatever they can help you. But do not work with them spiritually, even though I know that they won't, because sometimes you may think that you're working with your grandmother that was a voodoo priestess or a root worker or whatever she was. You may think you're working with your grandmother, with whoever you're calling. You're not. You are really working with a low-level spirit. Your family member that has crossed over is not elevated enough to become a sage, a saint, a loa. Therefore, you cannot set up an altar for them and start working spiritually with them. They do not have that power. They can come into your dreams and give you certain advice, but they do not have that power. It's not the same thing as calling a loa. What you're working with, it's something else. It's a lower level spirit, which is going to create problems for you when you try to detach yourself from them, when you become aware that it's not truly your grandmother or your mother. Another thing, let's say that family member passed away because of psychic attack, with an attachment, or with any kind of brujeria, meaning witchcraft. There's another misconception. A lot of people believe that just because someone passed away, they think after they have passed that this is all gone. Guys, I have worked with many spirits for so many years, and they still stay with that attachment. For whatever reason, maybe there's a lesson that soul needs to learn. And one way of knowing this or recognizing this, usually when a family member passes away and they come into your dreams, you will see them healthy. They look healthy. Their appearance is better. When someone has passed away with an attachment or from witchcraft, when you see them in your dreams, you see them exactly the same way they looked when they passed. Meaning if this person was worn out, drained, skinny, shriveled, whichever way they looked, and you see them that way in your dreams, that means they have not crossed over. That means there's something wrong. Something is happening. Do not petition this spirit, meaning this soul. Do not petition this soul for help. On the contrary, go to a church, pay for a mass, have a mass done for them on a monthly basis. Offer them the rosary, a glass of water, and a candle. Honestly, me personally, I will not invite these souls into my home. Why? Because that energy comes with them. And it feels very dense, very strong, very negative, like a dark cloud when you invite them into your home. So just pray for them and silently say, so and so go into the light. That is a way of knowing if someone is fine when they have crossed over. When I do mediumship readings and I connect with a person that has passed away, since I am clairvoyant, I can't tell, depending on what state the person is or how they look. Sometimes you can still pick up on the person's anger. They retain that anger, especially if they were murdered or they died a horrible death. You can feel that energy. And what I do is I do not continue with that sitting. I tell them to go into the light. I do a prayer and guide them into the light. So you should never, ever, ever be calling on the spirit of a deceased family member unless you know for certain that they have crossed over. And when I say cross over, is that a lot of souls refuse to cross over. Angry souls. They're angry because they passed away and they want to create hell in people's lives. Imagine calling on that spirit, on that family member that was, let's say, murdered or died a horrible death, and telling them, so-and-so is doing this to me. All that anger is going to be put into that. So just be extremely careful when petitioning or asking something of a deceased loved one. Do not ask a deceased family member to hurt somebody else, meaning another family member. This can be the worst mistake of your life. And you will regret it. Trust me and believe me, you will regret it. I've seen people regret it. Just because your mother passed away doesn't mean your mother is going to help you destroy every other family member that you have problems with. Let her be. Let her rest in peace. That's what should be expected of someone that passed away. Let them rest in peace. Do not go calling on them to hurt somebody else. If they have not gone into the light, do a prayer. Guide them into the light. As they evolve, they can help us more. So guys, I hope that this video comes at the right time for a lot of people that have been working with their deceased family members, that have been complaining to their deceased family members in regards to other family members. Just remember, everything happens for a reason. Just because you're blood doesn't mean you have to be. Allow them to make their mistakes and grow for them, and you just evaluate yourself and grow and learn from your mistakes. Do not involve your deceased family members in these quarrels. Do not hurt them. Do not make their transition worse. I hope you share this video with everyone that's beginning on their spiritual path. I hope it serves you as well. If you're beginning in your spiritual path and you're beginning to connect with your ancestors, with your family members that have crossed over, I hope this brings knowledge to all of you who are developing on your spiritual path. I hope you share this video with everyone you know. It is very important for everyone to know what we should ask and what we should not ask of those family members that have passed. If you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget to hit that thumbs up and share it with all your friends on social media. If at any time you're interested in booking a regular reading or a spiritual path investigation reading with me, you can visit my website, evespiritualhealer.com. You will always find the link in the information box. And if you still have some questions, you can always post them below, and I will gladly answer them for you. And with the blessing of God and the spirits, I leave this information in your hands. I love you guys. God bless you. And as always, I wish you much love and light.